Hey, you guys. We'd like to welcome you to Speak for Sports. My name is Cindy, and the co-host is Elijah. Woohoo! Well, you guys, a lot's been going on. As everyone is aware of, A.J. Brown is now a Patriot. We got a lot to say about him, and one thing that we're going to do is that we're going to look at an argument, and we're going to make our case how the only reason why A.J. has his stats is because of the elite quarterback that we have, Jalen Hurts. And we're going to look at it that his biggest years came from because Jalen Hurts was delivering him the ball. So we're going to cover that, but we're going to go right to Shady, former Eagle running back. So we love to hear from Shady. So let's go to it.
Out for you,
Listen,
dog.
man. Brother like me, when I got traded, you know what I'm saying, I hope and prayed they poured out something for me, my real dogs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard to say goodbye to A.J. Brown.
It is.
The Eagles
Yeah.
wouldn't have had a championship
Say goodbye.
if it wasn't for A.J. Brown. The Philadelphia Eagles wouldn't have been that type of offense without A.J. Brown. Our quarterback, Jalen Hurts, Heavenly Father, would not have been
Heavenly
a Super MVP winner without A.J. Brown.
You know what? That's a lot to take in. That's an awful lot to take in from him because there ain't no way in hell that Shady should be making that statement.
I gotta say, so that was some pretty good singing though.
We're gonna finish with the singing. That was Cooley High. And usually what he was doing is like back in the day, they said like say like your gang member, whatever, passed away, you supposed to pour a drink out on his grave. So I don't know what that's all about. They got some special bromance going on between A.J. Brown and Shady McCoy. So what's going on here? But nothing could have been done without Jalen Hurts throwing him that ball. And guess what? His A.J. career exploded when he got to the Eagles. And he got with Jalen. So you can't, I don't know why they keep on trying to take that away from him. But let's go back. Go ahead.
That defenses too were making sure to focus on Saquon, but how well Saquon was going to try to stop him. Because before this A.J. Brown gimmick, Saquon was the main offensive player on the Eagles.
Yeah. That backward hurdle is going to live forever.
Yeah, that was awesome. Back to
Nick Sirianni, hell of a coach. But I don't know where he'll be at without A.J. Brown. Howie Roseman, one of the best of all time, made that trade and he called down Tennessee and made him a better GM. The last thing I'm going to say is we will always miss A.J. Brown. Hopefully he does well with the Patriots. It's always going to be fly was fly. This is from me.
Yeah. Down the chute.
Yeah. And this right here,
Yeah.
it's for A.J. Brown. Love you, dog.
You're going to ruin the man's carpet.
That carpet's expensive, Shady!
He just ruined the carpet, man.
AJ did a lot for us, though, bro.
That's Reposado, too. It's not Blanco. It's going to show up. Shady, what the hell are you doing, man?
Man, listen.
Hey, somebody get a towel. What the hell is happening right now?
They are hilarious. It is so funny. But that bromance between Shady McCoy and A.J. Brown, I don't know what they got going on, but he's going to die on the sword for A.J. Diva Brown. I mean, A.J. was not the asset his latter years at the Eagles, like people keep on acting like he was. He was detrimental to the team. He caused the team not to even go further in their Super Bowl, in their Super Bowl pursuit. I mean, this is like ridiculous how they trying to turn a blind eye. And what I don't like is what I noticed about Shady and those former Eagles that's on Speak Easy. It's like they feel like they got to step on Jalen's shoulders in order to lift A.J. Brown up. If he's so spectacular, you shouldn't have to put another man down to put another man up. You know, Jalen Hurts have proven himself over and over again, and no matter what he does in this league, because first of all, because he's handsome, he's quiet, he's a professional, he's well-mannered. See, when you carry yourself with dignity and integrity, people got a problem with that. They want him to be loud. They want him to be boisterous. They want him to behave more like A.J. Brown. People leave people like that alone. Look how they lifting this man up, knowing he sabotaged the last season. You got anything said? We're going to bring them back up.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how, as like a former Eagles player, how you could be like happy with what A.J. Brown did to the Eagles. It's just mind blowing.
I think that what it is so mind-boggling because of their personal relationships. It's like because they have this affection for him, especially Shady. It's like he see no fault in him.
Yeah.
Like when everyone was talking about A.J. Brown on Twitter, that's now known as X, and when people was like going at A.J. Brown, the first thing he did he started trending because he threw Jalen Hurts under the bus. He refused to acknowledge what A.J. Brown did to the chemistry of the team. He refused to acknowledge how he wasn't being a team player.
Didn't to say that like the Eagles are nothing without A.J. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, let's go back. We want to add them back. Let them finish.
It's for A.J. Brown. Love you, dog.
That carpet's expensive, Shady! He just ruined the carpet, man.
A.J. did a lot for us, though, bro.
Well, you got the double fist?
Nah,
They both for you?
Oh, wow.
Nah, listen, man. I don't know if you forgot because you've been on TV too long and you forgot you was a player at one time.
Oh, you got to pour one out for your
Listen,
dog.
man.
Oh,
Brother
man.
like me, when I got traded, you know what I'm saying? I hope and prayed they poured out something for me, my real dogs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard to say goodbye to A.J. Brown.
It is.
The Eagles
Yeah.
wouldn't have had a championship
Say goodbye.
if it wasn't for A.J. Brown. The
That's a
Philadelphia Eagles wouldn't have been that type of offense without A.J. Brown. Our quarterback, Jalen Hurts, Heavenly Father, would not have been
Heavenly
a Super Bowl MVP winner without A.J. Brown. Nick Sir.
How many catches did A.J. have in the last Super Bowl?
I think he had like round one. I don't know. He had a few catches, but it was a team effort. Yeah. That's how Jalen was ultimately the best player, did more than everyone else. That's how they got the MVP. But AJ was one of many people that contributed to them winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It wasn't just AJ. It was a team effort. You're not going to win a Super Bowl or any championship that requires a team with one person. Everyone contributed to them winning. It wasn't relegated to AJ Brown.
And that's also throwing all the other offensive players under the bus.
The whole team.
Saquon.
Yeah, but then you're throwing defense. You're throwing you're throwing the entire team under the bus to try to give this guy his flowers. Like he was the best player. He wasn't the best player on the team. He was one. This was a championship team. This was the whole team is dynamic. It consists more, but AJ became a negative of the team.
Like you say, this ain't golf or tennis. This is a whole team.
He got such a bromance for this dude that he's giving him too much. He's giving him too much credit that's being given to someone that
hell of a coach
wanted to leave.
But I don't know if he'll be at without A.J. Brown. Howie Roseman, one of the best of all time, made that trade and he called down Tennessee and made him a better GM. The last thing I'm going to say is
that made him a better
always
GM.
miss
What about
A.J.
getting
Brown.
Saquon?
Hopefully he does well with the Patriots. It's always going to be fly was fly. This is from me.
Ooh, down the chute.
Yeah. And this right here.
Yeah.
It's for A.J. Brown.
It's like everybody also is like forgetting about Saquon. like the team is, there's no other players who make a difference, no other players who contribute to the game. It's like that the MVP of the whole entire team is A.J. Brown. Like he's the Michael Jordan of the team.
He was never the Michael Jordan of the team. But you know what? If it wasn't for Jalen, this is a good time. We're going to go back to that. But I want to cover some stuff. And this is going to be brief, you guys. And we're going to wrap this up because we got a lot to say about this guy and where his heart really lies with the Patriots. It never lied with the Eagles. Okay, so all the Eagles fans has been jumping up and down. He didn't care about the Eagles.
Yeah.
His heart was never with the Eagles. It was with the Patriots. And we're going to get to his interviews and stuff like that he so gracefully, gave us the privilege of hearing how he felt about things. But we're going to look at it like this. A.J. Brown is an elite receiver, but he is not act like his production happened in a vacuum. The moment Brown arrived in Philadelphia and paired with Jalen Hurts, his numbers exploded. Do you hear that? When he was in the Titan, when Howie traded for him, he gave a first-round pick and a third-round pick. And we traded him to the Patriots. Now we got another first-round pick and a fifth-round pick. So we got everything that we traded for in return, getting AJ. In 2022, Brown caught 88 passes for 1,496 yards and 11 touchdowns with Hurts as quarterback. In 2023, he followed with 106 catches for 1,456 yards and 7 touchdowns. Those were two of the best seasons of his career. Now, you want to talk about Jalen Hurts? He would have never made it to no Pro Bowl, 2 Super Bowls, won a Super Bowl. And I mean, how much better could you be in your career? And you want to dog the quarterback? That's a lie from hell. With Hurts throwing him, who threw him the damn ball, okay? With Hurts throwing him the football, Brown totaled 326 catches, 4,798 yards, and 30 touchdowns in 59 games. People love giving all the credit to receivers, but somebody has to read the defense, make the right throw, and put the ball in position. Hurts helped create one of the most productive quarterback wide receiver connection in the NFL. And together they received 2 Super Bowls and won 1. Is A.J. Brown talented enough to succeed with other quarterbacks? Absolutely. But the record shows that his most productive stretch came with Jalen Hurts. Brown didn't make Hurts by himself, and Hurts didn't make Brown by himself. The reality is that Hurts' accuracy, deep ball ability, and leadership helped unlock the best years of Brown's career. So you always have all these freaking sports commentators trying to dump on Jalen because he's too quiet. If you pass it and you don't have that aggressiveness in you, they're going to come for you. That's how it is. And we're going to look at Jalen Hurts wasn't important to A.J. Brown's success. Then why did Brown set franchise receiving records immediately after teaming up with Hurts? Did you hear that?
They're all quiet. Saquon's quiet. The coach is quiet. Their whole team's
You get
quiet.
more over. Look, in life, if you're not vocal, you're gonna be dog. You got to speak up. Great receivers need great quarterbacks. Hurts got Brown the ball. Brown made plays, and together they became one of the NFL most dangerous duels. And that's more like he's going to a team now. They never won a Super Bowl. They don't have the resume of Hurts. All his status comes from Hurts. When he was with the Titans, he wasn't explosive. He didn't have the record. That happened when he joined Hurts. And they need to give Hurts his flower. Pour that out for Hurts, Shady. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was just saying that that AJ is just why this is one of the reasons why this is happening, because he feels like he's the he felt like that he was the he felt like that he was like the leader of the team almost. And that he was the one that deserved the most flowers and most respect, and there's no other guy on that team that stood up to him. Was the reason why this went on for so long. Even the coach didn't stand up to him.
I think he was a narcissist and he was self-absorbed, and he felt like everything was supposed to circulate around him. He was not a leader. He didn't have the capabilities of being a leader because he was selfish and self-centered. A leader is supposed to look out for the benefit of the team. Him intentionally putting shit out to the media, causing havoc among team members, dividing the team. And we have other videos that we're going to do later showing that everything he did with the media was intentional. Yeah. He sabotaged the goddamn team to the point that they couldn't even enjoy the freaking winning a Super Bowl because he made everything about him.
I agree, but what I'm saying is like if a coach was on the team like Mike Tomlin, he wouldn't have been acting like that. Or NBA, Greg Popovich, he wouldn't have been acting like
they had no control over this. He starts smelling himself. Yeah. He was like, I'm him. He wasn't him. Yeah. And Jalen had everything to do with made him who he is. He became explosive with Jalen Hurts. And for some reason, the media is trying to let that go over their head. Like they don't even want to acknowledge that he wasn't who he was when he first came to the Eagles. He became who he is after joining up with Jalen Hurts. And that's why I don't like all the negativity and all the shots that's thrown at this elite quarterback. No, he is not Josh Allen. He is not Baker Mayfield. But they don't have Super Bowl rings. It's all about the Super Bowl rings. It's all about showing up on the biggest stage at the biggest moments. That's what the playoffs, Jalen shows up. Super Bowls, he shows up. You get the best out of him when everybody is nervous and they are wrecked. That's a great leader for a team because when they see him with his stability and he's like this, he's level, then the team is calm. The team can have confidence. He's awesome.
His face is always like this. Anything happens, he's like
he's amazing.
Yeah, he can control his don't let his emotions get the best of him.
Yeah, like if we want to, top tier quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, those are great quarterbacks. But out of the ones I named, the only one that have a Super Bowl that the Eagles went up against, that Jalen went up against, and he was the best quarterback. He was not just the best quarterback, he was the best player on the field, is Jalen Hurts. He got rings. But they say, Patrick Mahomes. But they try to, that's what I'm saying. Patrick Mahomes is someone who had rings. And Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow don't have rings. But they consider them better quarterbacks, but they're not winners. You're a winner when you win the Super Bowl. That's when you're a winner. Okay, none of them. So they say Hurts, you want to compare him with Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, and Drake May. He's a rising star. But he doesn't have the credentials of Hurts. Hurts is already established and proven himself. He's had more playoff success than most active quarterbacks, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, elite rushing threat at quarterback, consistently win games and performs well in big moments. Do you know how many people crash and burn in big moments? Give LeBron a basketball and let it be the playoffs or finals and tell him the only way we're going to win is if you make this basket. Kyrie. And see what happens. Jalen's at his best when he receives the most pressure on the field.
Last time I heard the show say, I heard inside talk that Jalen Hurts, he said something.
Did we finish the video? Okay, finish the video because we want to wrap this up. Because don't forget, you guys, to hit the like, share, and subscribe to Speak the Sports. Because we are hot here. And look, we here for it.
That carpet's expensive, Shady! He just ruined the carpet, man.
AJ did a lot for us, though, bro.
That's reposado, too. It's not Blanco. It's going to show up.
He did a lot for us.
Shady, what the hell are you doing, man?
Man, listen.
Hey, somebody get a towel. What the hell is happening right now?
This is they are hilarious.
It's for A.J. Brown. Love you, dog.
Well, anyway, you guys, we just want to say, there's a lot of bad mouth and bad talk that's going on in regards to, A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts' relationship. But I knew that their relationship had soured when he wasn't invited to the wedding. I'm sorry. He might have been invited, but I think that Jalen Hurts is a stand-up guy. I cannot see him not attending the wedding because he was in his feelings. I don't think that the invitation was given. And there's right now, AJ just did a video saying that they friends, but they not really close any longer. So he got some problems that's going on that hasn't been resolved between them. And there was another Eagles player that was saying that Jalen has done everything he possibly can to try to mend their relationship, but AJ just needs to, be more mature, I guess, and grow up. That no matter what Jalen has done to mend the relationship, it has been rejected by AJ. And they're saying that a lot of stuff that has happened is supposed to be over. I know these are just some massage therapists. There's something with some guy named Reddit, a former teammate, and AJ was going at it about this therapist, and the Eagles wound up moving him to another team. But still, they said that AJ felt as though that Jalen Hurts should have told him whatever was going on behind the scenes. But Jalen Hurts was focused on football. He wasn't focused on people drama or whatever was going on behind the scenes. So anyway, you guys, thanks for joining us. Speak the Sport. We're back. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe. We want to go live because we have to wait a long time before we post, but we like to catch the stories when they first come out. So by the time we do all this, a lot of people have already uploaded. But hang in there with us because the only thing we could do is get better. We was away. We started in December, and we did well for a month, and then we just drop off. But we're back, you guys. So support us. Stay with us. And we want to hear from you. How do you feel about the AJ trade? What do you feel about the relationship between him and Jalen Hurts? Do you think that AJ did everything he possibly could do to have Howie and them want to get rid of him? Now, they said that AJ had 3 more years on his contract. So why do you think that they were willing to get rid of him? A top tier is supposed to be wide receiver. I think they say he's a top 3 or 5 wide receiver in the NFL. So why would someone like Howie get rid, and the owner Lori, why would they get rid of such an elite player if war was not going on? Why did they feel as though that this was something that could not be resolved? That he was such a detriment to the team, and they sent him to the team that he wanted to go to, that. So it's a lot of stuff. We saw on the service all his antics, the media feeds and all that kind of stuff. But he must have been doing a lot more because what he showed us was more than enough. But when you look at the video now and the stuff that he's saying, you're going to be surprised. All those diehard Eagle fans, dude wasn't about us. He wasn't about the Eagles for real, for real. But anyway, thanks for joining us. Speak the Sport. My name is Cindy. The co-host is Elijah. And we're going to see y'all on the next show. God bless you. Thank you. And peace out.